Hi, I am making this video to review a hair transplant doctor uh, that I used his services. He's currently located in Plano, Texas, and I went there because I felt that Dr. Sam Lamb was a professional, ethical doctor. And I was impressed with his clinic and with the videos that he had posted online. I thought that he was very knowledgeable. I thought he was experienced. I thought he would do a good job. And I was really going through a bad time emotionally. I was losing my hair, and I also suffer from psoriasis on my scalp, and those plaques were showing. And I'm 39, and I had never, well, I've had my hair for the rest, for my entire life, and losing my hair was a really big event, and it really freaked me out. I thought I did my homework. I thought I did my research. I had done a couple of months worth of research, but I never really talked to anyone that had a hair transplant, and that was my biggest failure because essentially, when you're out there going through the internet and going through all these websites, all you're doing is falling into the marketing scheme, Rule of 12. In marketing, the Rule of 12 basically is if you market something at least 12 times to a customer, around that 12th and 13th time, they're going to start believing you. And they are going to start to believe that they really need your product, your services. And so, I spent almost 2 or 3 months looking for a solution to my hair loss, and um, I went through, I can't tell you how many different websites for hair transplant uh, clinics. And I live in Oklahoma because I work here. I'm not from Oklahoma, but I work in Oklahoma. And there was no way I was going to use a hair transplant doctor in Oklahoma just because Oklahoma is not known for those sort of procedures. It's actually not one of the most best places to be at. So I went to the closest place that I thought would have high quality doctors. So I went to Dallas, um, and I began to search there because I felt that the market would be better for more higher quality clinics. So I began to look for a good doctor, and I thought I found one with Dr. Sam Lamb in Plano, Texas, and I was really taken by the videos that he had posted because he just sounds very professional and very nice and very he again he markets a good game, but please all it is smoke and mirrors, okay? I don't know what your situation is. I don't know how bad you're freaking out. But I can tell you from my experience that I was freaking out because one, I was losing my hair, and two, I had psoriasis on my scalp, and I felt really, really insecure. And the thing is, though, that these doctors and these clinics um, prey on that insecurity. They tell you, we've got the solution to your hair loss. Uh, you know, uh, it'll be seamless. Our technology and our science has improved so much from the 90s and the 80s and the hair plugs. Oh my God, we've done so much better. And so, we no longer, the 90s and the 80s, the 80s and the 90s, and those hair plugs, we don't do that anymore. Now we do micrographs, and our science and technology is, fantastic. And guys, it's not true. Okay, it's smoke and mirrors. All the pictures they'll show you, whatever pictures they show you, are of customers or clients that the procedure did work. Okay, and those are rare and few because the majority of people, majority of clients end up with horrible scars and poor results. Okay, there is no way that you can. undo your hair loss. You don't have enough hair in the back in the donor site, okay? It's all smoke and mirrors. You do not have enough donor hair in the back of your scalp, back of your skull to um essentially what's the word that I'm looking for? To you know, to get your hairline back. And these guys will tell you about the you know, their different procedures and techniques to ensure that the grafts are taken care of and that the scar is minimal, and that you know, we're the best, and we're one of the best clinics in the world, right? Well, think about this. Just think about this. Look at all the rich guys that you can find on the internet, right? All the rich dudes, right? Forbes 500, okay? And see how many of those people are bald. Now ask yourself this question, okay? These guys are multi-billionaires, okay? Multi-billionaires. They have more money than some countries have, and yet they're still bald. Do you think that if the science and technology was so effective and efficient that it could recreate your hairline and produce the results that you expect, do you think that those guys would not do the procedure? Do you think that people prefer to be bald instead of having a hairline? No. If you have billions of dollars like Bill Gates, okay, although he's got a good hairline, but you know, just go through the list of people that are millionaires, right? Do you think that if you've got millions of dollars that you could possibly get a good hair transplant that would provide results, right? Well, if you look at the evidence, look at how many rich old white guys you got out there that are bald and they're not doing anything about it. Well, it's because they probably have the information that you and I lack, because we're just average dudes, and that information is that hair transplants do not work, okay? They do not work. Now, look at the hair transplant doctors that are out there and look and see how many of those guys are bald, okay? Now, if they're selling a product that allows people to regain their hairline, well, why are they bald? Why are they bald? Why did they not use the procedure? Well, that's because they themselves know the truth, that it doesn't work. Okay? So, one, rich guys that are bald don't get hair transplants. Doctors, hair transplant doctors that are bald don't get hair transplants. Okay? So, they must know that the science and technology for this particular procedure is smoke and mirrors, okay? Because they know that what you're going to end up with is a bad hair transplant and a huge scar in the back of your skull. And that's the truth, okay? So please, don't do it. And again, I do not recommend Sam Lamb, all right? Not only did he have horrible, personal skills. He was very rude, but the results were extremely limited and horrendous. Now, what you don't see here is that, and this is what most clinics won't tell you, is that, yeah, they'll do an okay job of recreating somewhat of the hairline, but the density is what matters after the hairline, and you don't have enough hair to create that density, depending on where you're at, how old you are, and how much baldness you have. So this is extremely thin and see-through, and it's pathetic. If I go outside in the daylight, there is no density. You can see right through my scalp, and I've had 2 hair transplants with Sam Lamb. Okay, 2 transplants, and both limited results, and I've been left with horrendous scars. And I don't know why people don't go out and say this. Dr. Lamb does a pretty good job of censoring reviews. So when you go into his website, all you're going to see is 5+ stars. That's because he censors. Now, also think about this. Okay, he may have 43 reviews, 35 reviews, whatever, right? But how long has he been in business for? What, 15 years, 10, 15 years? Okay, and he only has 35 reviews on those websites. All right, he should have 400 or 500 reviews from happy customers, but he doesn't because he is a con man. All right, he's a con man, and believe me, those reviews that you read on his websites are either censored or are the few customers that were actually satisfied with the results that they received. But they're the exception. Okay? So again, I don't know what situation you're going through. I don't know how bad you're freaking out because of your hair loss, or any other, disfigurement that you think you may have. But I can tell you that you will be sorry, you will be disfigured, and you'll regret the decision of getting a hair transplant or going to Dr. Lamb for a procedure or any other hair transplant procedure. Okay? Any other hair transplant clinic. You don't need it, especially in today's time. There's so many people that are going bald. Just shave it off, accept it, deal with it, and move on. Okay? I wish I could do that. I never found a video with this kind of review, okay? And that's why I'm making it, because I never saw one review, I never saw a video like this. And you're gonna see that, one more thing. If you don't believe me, okay, listen, Joe Rogan, right? He's a mixed martial artist, and also a comedian. And also he works for the UFC. He had a hair transplant. Google him, YouTube him, find him in YouTube. Joe Rogan's space hair transplant. And there's one video where he talks about his hair transplant, and it's because he regrets that decision so bad, and he does not recommend it. So don't think that you're special. And don't gamble with your life, because believe me, it will haunt you for the rest of your life. Okay? So I hope this helps with your decision to not get a hair transplant, regardless of how bad you think you are. It will only be worse after the procedure. Okay? Please don't do it. Stay away from Plano. And be happy with yourself. Just keep it short, shave it, don't worry about it. And I'm trying to help you. If you have any questions or concerns, you can reach me at bermudezrobles1@yahoo.com. It's B as in boy, E-R, M as in Mike, U, D as in Delta, EZROBLES, the number 1@yahoo.com, and I'll be happy to give you some direct advice on hair transplants. Thanks, and good luck, and stay away from hair transplant clinics. They are fraud.